Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Pep Organ. Today I'm here at the Sydney Town Hall with Todd Fuller, who's an amazingly talented artist, and he was also the guest artist for my recent concert here called Luminous Pipes. Todd, nice to have you on Pep Organ.
Thanks for having me, Todd.
First off, tell me just a little bit about who you are and what your background is.
So I'm a visual artist, an animator and curator. I've been working for about 15 years, but the core of everything I do really is drawing.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And so for this program, what I wanted to have is basically a bit like the movie Fantasia, to turn classical music and also improvisations into light. And we did that by projecting it onto the back of the organ pipes. So Todd, how did you feel about that process? And have you done anything like this before?
Yeah, so I've been working as a performance drawer for about 15 years. I first was trained by an amazing artist called Kelly O'Dempsey, who works with a tool called Tag Tool. And then I went on to work with Carl Scaberis to form a small dance company, which was all about bringing together drawing and dance. And the way we do that is we use a couple of different devices, but the one for this concept was called Tag Tool, and it basically lets me draw in light. And in terms of having a canvas for drawing on light, the incredible organ we have behind us was pretty amazing. Yeah.
So in the past you've done more work with dancers with the light. So how is it different working with sort of more of a static object and instead the thing that's moving is the sound?
Yeah, I've worked with dancers and I've also worked with the Sydney Symphony and musicians and theatre, but sound is definitely one of the best ones because the exchange is particularly rich. It's not just an exchange of movement, but it's also an exchange of sound. So I've got a couple of things to riff on when I'm drawing and picking up and articulating elements through line.
One of the big creative processes of this was kind of, I guess, for you learning what the music I was playing was, and then kind of finding the points in that to kind of bring out particular colors or different shapes and things. And but I think the part that I found the most exciting was the improvisations, because it's one thing to kind of pre-prepare everything that you do, but it's another thing entirely to be doing it on the fly, where I'm going to be improvising and I might be playing 30 seconds longer than you expected, or 30 seconds shorter.
And you did.
Yes.
And I think it's also really exciting for the audience as well, because when they pick up on the fact that we're having a live conversation, then they feel like they're in a special live private conversation as well. So there's something really nice about that back and forth, that dynamic, that richness that is happening on the spot.
Absolutely, yeah. It improvisation is in a way that I can enjoy the journey with the audience, so that we go along together.
And the pain.
Yeah, that's right.
And the anxiety.
Exactly right.
It's great. It's great. But also we kind of were tricking each other up as like our dynamic, our relationship starts to play out on stage, which is lovely as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And so Todd could obviously hear what I was doing. I was trying to look up at the organ pipes to see what Todd was doing as well, so we could have a bit of a back and forth as well. So you talked about the tag tool that you use. Can you just tell me a bit more about what that is?
I can. So Tag Tool, here's one I prepared earlier, is a drawing app. It's actually a legacy drawing app. You can get a new version of this now, but the one I work on is several years old, and so this iPad is on airplane mode and can never be updated or I'll lose access to this app. But the best way to explain it is it's kind of like DJing. It's a two-handed ambidextral activity. So one hand is drawing, and I'll show you here on the screen. But the other hand is programming that drawing live. So simple gestures between 2 fingers, 3 fingers, left to right, up and down, those different combinations allow me to change what's going on. They allow me to change opacity, they allow me to change color, and then by flipping into animate mode, I also can be programming algorithms. And there's a whole range of different algorithms, which again, by moving my fingers in various arrangements of up, down, diagonal, 1, 2, or 3, or even 5 fingers, allow me to do different programming. So I'm constantly working two-handed, and I'm constantly toggling backwards and forwards between drawing and animation mode to articulate what's going on stage, but also to animate and bring it to life.
Yeah, it was a really dynamic tool that you've got there, and it was really cool to see how much you could sort of bring color in within seconds and then take it away as well.
Yeah.
That was particularly useful when you were doing sort of, you're wiping off something that you'd already done,
yeah,
and then move on to the next piece and the next idea in the music as well. Yeah.
It's literally drawing and painting in light, which is a beautiful thing to do.
Absolutely, yeah. And as you say, the organ facade, the pipes were a great kind of backdrop for that.
And they also gave so many visual offerings, like these beautiful patterns, but also the way that gold refracted and bounced light around the verticals of the pipes. Like as a canvas, it was rich and full of textures to start with. So you need a bit of restraint because there's so much already going on, but also to be able to embellish those elements was delightful. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I think some people said that their favourite aspect that you did was just simply tracing the pipes.
Yeah.
But then other people loved when you had like Clair de Lune, for instance, where you had all that pink and it was washing over and over.
Waterfalls.
How many layers did you have for that piece?
Oh, I don't know. I think that one maybe had 8 or 9 in the end, but every time I've done it, it's different because I'll pick up. If I just do the same thing over and over, I get bored and it gets boring. So every time I try and pick up on a different nuance, but basically that one's a rotating waterfall of layers of pink, blue, and white with transparencies programmed in and out of it. So it becomes this really beautiful, trying to be quite meditative or mesmerizing series of pink and blue waterfalls.
Absolutely, yeah. I think some people were saying, "Oh, we're expecting the moon for Clair de Lune," but you did a completely different thing, and it was very creative.
Yeah.
And on that same idea, one of the things I really liked about working with you is that you always wanted to tell a story with whatever we were playing, and you always had sort of there's a narrative here, there's some kind of action, and then
even if it isn't obvious to the audience or it's deeply abstracted, there's always that something that holds it together. Like I'm a narrative driven, I'm an animator, I'm a storyteller, so I really need that as a tool to move things forward.
Yeah. And then with that final improvisation, basically the theme was kind of fireworks, a big finish to the program. You heard me play some of the themes that were used earlier in the program, and I think you adapted those into the fireworks as well, right? Yeah.
So each piece of the program became a firework, and I mean some of them became 3 or 4 fireworks, but basically we were creating these elements that also were showcasing your position on the stage, letting them disappear, and then basically they were brought back later as these fireworks over Town Hall. So it was a lovely photo moment or photo finish for the piece, because we finished with these beautiful fireworks going off over a wiggly Town Hall drawing that was just like composed. And also, I should mention, by the additional support of Town Hall's lighting, we had fireworks going across the whole space. So suddenly, not just was the front of the space brought to life, but there was this moment of wow as the fireworks expanded out and enveloped the whole space.
Yeah. Well, Todd, it's really inspired me to push these Town Hall programs further than they've gone before. Not just conventional organ programs anymore. We'll be hearing all sorts of different things. So that's Todd Fuller, and you'll be seeing some of the videos on Pep Organ. Some of them will probably already be out by the time this is released. But yeah, thanks for watching, and go check out those videos as well for Luminous Pipes. Thanks very much.
Thank you.